Synchronization is one of the most satisfying and intriguing phenomena known to man. Watching two or more things move in perfect unison, or, in another definition of synchronicities, seeing bizarre coincidences unfold before your eyes can leave you questioning reality. So, from clockwork kittens to dumbfounding doppelgangers, get ready to experience some truly incredible synchronicities that look like a glitch in the Matrix. Let's kick things off by diving right in at the deep end. Diving is one of the most graceful sports around, and while watching one diver twist and twirl around in the air is amazing in itself, what about two? This divine diving duo put on a perfectly synchronized performance. It's incredible to think that two people can be so in sync while gliding through the air, synchronizing not just their bodies, but their minds too, to pull off these mirrored moves. While it takes 7 judges to score individual diving events, up to 11 judges are needed to score synchronized diving. During a synchro event, 3 judges score diver A's performance, while another 3 score diver B's performance. The remaining 5 are responsible for scoring the synchronization of the 2 divers. But come on, even the Simon Cowell of synchronized diving judging couldn't deny that these two are in pitch-perfect sync. Let's come up for a bit of air now. If you thought synchronized swimming could only take place in the pool, then this next clip is sure to blow that idea out of the water. So dedicated to their craft, these synchronized swimmers took their training to their high school's hallways, bouncing off the walls with exact timing. They might risk friction burn, but at least this way they'll avoid all that chlorine. They say that some things in life are as easy as riding a bike, but riding a bike doesn't seem so easy when you're talking about riding a bike in perfect synchronization with 3 other people. Check this out. This is Melanie, Jennifer, Celine, and Flavia, who collectively go by the name Foror Kunstrad Cernok. This impressive quartet are multi-event winning trick cycling experts who take part in a little-known sport known as artistic cycling. Linking arms and moving in sync, this group's routines look as elegant as any ballet dance recital, in a wheel display of talent. Artistic cycling is a form of competitive indoor cycling in which riders perform tricks on specialized fixed-gear bikes. In competitive events, each artistic cycling routine lasts around 5 minutes and can be performed by single riders or teams of pairs, 4s, and 6s. If you've ever tried no-hands cycling, you'll know how hard it can be, which makes artistic cyclers like Foror Kunstrad Cernok all that more impressive. From no hands to only hands now, take a look at this. These students from the University of Panama put on a spectacular performance of synchronization in this precise dance routine. While the precision of each movement in this synchronous sequence is nothing short of legendary, the inspiration behind this dance is also rooted in mythology. In Chinese mythology, Guan Yin is the goddess of mercy and is well known for her great compassion. Dubbed the thousand-hand dance, the routine beautifully demonstrates the goddess's ability to offer a helping hand to all of those in need. While Guan Yin's abilities may not be of this earth, these students' powers of synchronization certainly are, and yet they are still truly god tier. While the students from the University of Panama may have some pretty incredible powers when it comes to synchronization, get ready to see something truly mind-juggling. These jugglers are part of a renowned gymnastics association called Malmö Flickorna, a Swedish performing arts group that was founded way back in 1954. Dubbed the Malmö Girls, the wider group of performers have taken part in more than 1,500 performances, and current members frequently post their ballin' skills on social media. For this routine, not only do the 8 people's bodies need to be perfectly in sync, but so do the 24 balls being thrown up into the air. Despite being different heights, the girls are able to keep time by following the rhythm of whatever music accompanies the routine, adjusting how high or low each performer needs to throw. With juggling tricks like these, the Malmö Girls prove that even gravity is not immune to some synchronized magic. While mastering skills like those of the Malmö Girls takes time and effort, this next successful synchronization is all down to the power of evolution. While all that twisting and turning might have you thinking this is some strange weather phenomenon, this is actually a huge group of starlings, known as a murmuration. Masses of birds like these move so synchronously, it's almost hard to believe it's real. But how? Well, when one starling changes direction, each of the other birds around it react. Typically, a bird will copy the movement of the 6 closest birds to them, creating a ripple effect that quickly reaches the entire group. The starlings' choreographed dance is thought to deter large predators like hawks or falcons. Moving as one not only confuses predators, but also decreases the individual risk each starling faces by the sheer power of numbers. Starling murmurations usually consist of around 500 starlings, though larger flocks have been known to reach up to 4 million starlings, as seen in Rome, Italy. While we often associate synchronizing with something highly programmed, it's easy to forget that the most powerful machine for synchronization is nature itself, and it doesn't get more perfectly synchronized than a literal cloud of birds moving to survive. If you've ever thought that you and your bestie are in sync with each other, you ain't seen nothing yet. Anyone who's ever tried their hand or feet at pogo jumping knows that it's a lot harder than it looks. And while just hopping in place is an achievement to most, this next pair of pogo pals takes things above and beyond. With only their falling hats failing to get the mimic memo, these two pals have catapulted the often underrated art of pogoing into a new dimension of cool. Friendship level up! Time for more bouncing buddies now. As kids, we all remember the joy of trampolining, and while most of us may have been a little less talented than we thought at the time, there are some out there that take the bounce mania to new heights. This impressive display of springy synchronicity features 2 members of Espoo Tällinetaitärut, a Finnish gymnastics club practicing synchronized trampolining. Like its swimming-based counterpart, synchronized trampoline duos are scored individually by a group of judges, while additional judges score the pair as a whole for synchronization. Wow, and I thought being a YouTuber was a cool job. If 2 trampolines weren't enough, how about 8? These Boston bouncers are Jay Bells and Max Bobrowski, who were captured showing off their jumping duet at their local bounce park in North Carolina. Showing that trampolines aren't just for kids, Jay has some truly next-level bounce tricks up his sleeve, which he demonstrates with his other two pals. Now that's what I call having a spring in your step. Let's come back down to more solid ground for this next flipping frenzy. The ability to do a backflip in itself is mega impressive, but to do one in perfect timing with someone else is, plain and simply, next level. Take a look. I don't know about you, but if me and my buddies tried this, I have a feeling we'd just end up as a tangled mess of bruises and disappointment. So a standard Friday night, really. Another flipping impressive duo now, and if you've ever wondered how Neo and Agent Smith like to spend their summer vacations, hey, wonder no more. Flipping back on a beautiful sunny beach, who needs a blue pill when the deep blue is right there? With moves as satisfyingly synced as this, I think it's fair to say these guys deserve to be crowned kings of the beach. Hail to the sync. The only thing cooler than a synced up backflip is a synced up backflip in reverse. These Cirque du Soleil gymnasts put the back in backflip when they decided to reverse a clip taken at a pre-show practice session. The result is the most satisfying trip I've been on in a long time. Just listen to that sound of reverse impact. Truly otherworldly. From body flippers, now let's move on to some axe flippers, whose skills hit the mark in every sense of the word. Oh! You might be thinking that there's some sort of mirror trickery behind this terrific toss, but watch closely. Turns out there's not a mirror in sight, and what we're seeing here are the super sharp skills of a synchronized double act. Not only were these two able to throw their axes with perfect timing, but they also managed to get them right on the same bullseye. And that's the kind of synchronization that demonstrates a friendship which is truly a cut above the rest. From friendships to father and son synchronization now, and a day spent golfing together can be the perfect way to bring a boy and his paw closer together. But little did one pair realize just how natural their bond really was. This father and son duo started their game of golf off with a pretty synced up swing. And what's more, neither of them even realized it had happened. And it's not only the swing that's perfectly timed, the stare into the distance and the way they lower the clubs is eerily similar. Truly, a case of like father, like son if I ever saw one. By now, it should be pretty clear that synchronicity is a team sport. But if that wasn't obvious, allow these two to demonstrate for you. It's no secret that teammates need some kind of connection for success, but this takes connections to a whole new level of awesome. Not only do these girls dribble with impeccable synchronicity, they manage a perfectly timed double hoop shot to steal the deal. Swish. More sporting sync-ups now, and this next one is a real kicker. This is Yofi and Jacopo, a master Padawan duo from the Yo Street Zone Soccer Club in the UK. Budding soccer star Jacopo had only been training for 6 months when this video was shared in 2016. And these days, he's still kicking around with Yo Street Zone. Thanks to Master Yofi's instruction, I'll bet Jacopo never finds himself on the subs bench. Unlike a sports team, here at BMA's, the subs bench is truly where it's at. Why not go ahead and sync yourself up with millions of other subs who enjoy amazing content every day? All you have to do is tap those like and subscribe buttons. And why not hit that bell button too, so you'll be in the loop every time I upload a new video? Hey, all done? Great. Let's get back to it. The art of synchronicity goes beyond just impressive trick videos. For some, it's a way of life. And for those that live with the focus and commitment necessary for huge-scale synchronization, the results are truly astonishing. This mind-bending performance took place at the Tagao Martial Arts School, one of 6 establishments in the Shaolin Tagao Education Group. Located at the foot of Mount Song in central China, the academy teaches the art of Shaolin Kung Fu, which is one of the oldest and most intense forms of Chinese martial arts. When it comes to Kung Fu, timing and precision are paramount. And what better way to put those skills to the test than with a dynamic group of hundreds? For members of this Kung Fu Academy, the art of moving in sync is not only a matter of putting on an impressive show, but one of cultural legacy. While deliberate physical synchronization is incredibly impressive, nothing beats a true-life glitch in the matrix. This other side of synchronicity is even more fascinating and has to do with strange coincidences that seem to happen without logical explanation. In this vein, arguably the strangest types of coincidences often come in the form of doppelgangers, and some instances shared online of people who reality seems to have copied and pasted will leave your jaw on the floor. For starters, these lunching ladies look like they're living in 3 alternative booth universes, sitting in perfectly alternating red and green. What's more, it seems as though each pair is completely oblivious to the other's existence. I'm just glad I wasn't the waiter trying to keep those orders straight. Although, I wouldn't be surprised if they all ordered the same thing too. Moving into transportation now, we all know that a lot of people use the subway. In fact, on average, the New York subway carries a staggering 3.1 million passengers every day. But even with those insane numbers, what do you think the chances are of this? This mother of all subway carriage coincidences shows that these twins are identical in behavior as well as appearance. I know this sight would certainly wake me up on the morning commute. Now let's change at the next stop. Another train, another creepy coincidence. Or is it? These train-spotted twins take mirroring to a whole new level, right down to the handbags on opposite shoulders. While the question of why these two are dressed so similarly remains, one thing's for sure: these synced-up sisters do not share newspapers. From one pair of twins who won't share to another, these 2 pink panthers are both on for movie night at these twinning Redbox DVD rental kiosks. While they might dress the same, there's no way they can be renting the same movie. I like to think that we're witnessing a twin sisters dispute over what to watch: The Parent Trap or Twins? Now, I know what you're thinking. Mr. Amazed. You can't just show us twins and call it a glitch in the Matrix, that's cheating. And I say, fair enough, if you want some real extreme doppelganger action, check out these balding bus riders that have a lot more in common than just their commute. But bus cloning isn't just for those with hairlines like the rings of Jupiter. Baffling female trios with identical haircut, colors, and clothes are welcome too. Well, except for that woman at the front who's clearly ruining bring your dark-haired, black coat-wearing boyfriend to work day thanks to her blonde riding partner. Back on the street now, it looks like these sidewalkers are synced up in just about every way possible. If I were the guy behind, I'd be in turmoil. Should you stop the guy in front and point out this incredible synchronicity, or creep behind them, painstakingly matching every step to serve the obvious will of the universe? Existential dilemmas aside, though, the worst part would be walking along thinking, damn, is that really what I look like from the back? While most of those human doppelgangers seem completely oblivious to their creepy clones, this next clip just goes to show that animals can be far more observant.
Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God!
This little guy is Tybalt, a cat so fancy he even has his own portrait. While this might be one of those extraordinary cases of life imitating art, it's Tybalt's unwitting recreation of his adorable derp face that's the true masterpiece here. Strangely, Tybalt can be seen attacking his painted counterpart. Perhaps he didn't find it was a particularly flattering angle. From one derpy pet to two now, while it might look like these two pups are taking part in some kind of doggy yoga, these downward dogs are actually busy catching some Z's in the most flamboyant way possible. According to their owner, these two were litter mates, so it looks like this bizarre sleeping position may run in the family. Speaking of litter mates, it seems that those dreaming dogs aren't the only pets exhibiting some extraordinary family traits and some truly perfect timing. This new litter of kitties were caught displaying some impeccably synchronized reflexes when cattery worker Florence Salles attempted to grab their attention for a group photo. Confronted with a toy waving around the camera, each and every kitten showed the curiosity and lightning reflexes that cats are known for, rolling their heads in unison and even collectively attempting to bat the toy with their paws. I guess depth perception isn't quite their strong suit. But it seems getting a cat's attention with a toy or a sound is a universal way to unite an otherwise unsynchronized kitty gang, as a group of felines in St. Petersburg were caught demonstrating in 2017. As if someone pressed a reset catbot synchronization button, a barking dog snaps the cat's attention into a unified stare, providing yet more evidence that cats are 100% not of this world. Hard to believe as it might be, it turns out that there's even more competition out there for the most synchronous head-bobbing routine in the animal kingdom. Check it out. A wildlife photographer came across this squadron of white pelicans at feeding time in an Alabaman river and was able to capture not one, not two, but 4 perfectly timed, 7-headed underwater dunks in a row. Thanks to their huge bills, pelicans are talented hunters and often hunt for fish collectively by herding schools of fish together as a group. Forming a semicircle around the fish, the pelicans are easily able to extend their long necks under the water and scoop up some dinner. They say birds of a feather flock together, but for these pelicans, it's all in the dunk. Which of these synced up spectacles melted your brain the hardest? Do you think you and your pals could pull off some of the tricks we saw? Let me know down in the comments below, and thanks for watching.